You know, as we sat with President Macron and saw the exchange of notes between our government and Vichy, who now are investing $1.3 of their own money, 1.3 billion euro, rather, of their own money to build infrastructure on a PPP basis, and having confidence that they will get their return, and us being able to do everything to create the environment to give them the assurance that their investment is safe. What does that do? It helps us increase the pace of infrastructural development in our countries, but at the same time, gives you new opportunities for new areas to invest. We have a shortage in terms of need for additional power. And the power that we are looking at is not coal-based because, again, because we were able to start much later. We are focusing ourselves on much greener technology, geothermal, wind, solar. This again, you have the technology, you have the ability, we have the need. Why can we not partner, work together, and push this agenda through? And eventually, we benefit, but you benefit. So it is, as we keep saying, a win-win situation. And again, as we've been saying, we need to look at ourselves differently. We need to ask, as the world becomes more complicated, more difficult, as the world becomes again more polarized, we need to be able to start looking afar. And again, this is something else that me and your president also completely agree upon. Let us not necessarily look at crises just from the problem point of view. A crisis is the basis not just for problem, but it is a basis for opportunity. This is giving us a new opportunity. This is not the time to sort of pull in and say, okay, now I got to go slow, I don't know what's going to happen. This is the time to look for new opportunity. And Africa is a great emerging opportunity. We want you to do business with these people. We want you, ours is to facilitate you. What is it that you require? What is it that you need in order to be able to achieve that? I know there is always the issue that is raised about corruption and the problems of corruption. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, corruption is still a problem. But I want to guarantee you that we are fighting that problem. We are putting in place mechanisms that are going to ultimately ensure that it is much harder for people to engage in corrupt practices. What we are doing through the use of technology, as I was telling you before, all geared and aimed towards making working with government more transparent. So you get results faster and you get them in a transparent manner. And after we lock up a few individuals, I think even the sweetness of corruption will also begin to taste very bitter. So we are clear about that. We recognize it's the problem that corruption causes. We recognize the inconvenience that corruption poses to our business people. And I want to assure you that my government is committed towards rooting out this problem and to ensuring that we have an open, transparent mechanism in which private sector can thrive, not just in Kenya, but in the entire region. So ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is open for business. I personally must say, exactly as what Mumar and his colleague Nick Nesbitt has said, very happy in the manner in which French companies have begun to aggressively get more and more involved in Kenya.
My dear friends, what we want is an ever closer economic partnership with the African continent as a whole, as President Macron said. Not just with the countries with which we are used to doing business. And beyond the economic partnership, we are committed to strengthen our links as we do, for instance, in healthcare or in infrastructure with the help of the AFD, dear Remy. Kenya, of course, in Africa, holds a very special place on the continent and in our strategy, because Kenya is a land of promises and opportunities. As both our countries face a tough challenge ahead because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I believe that tightening our bonds will allow both our economies to recover faster. As you said yesterday at BPI France Inno Generation, Big 2020, Mr. President, the world hasn't stopped and no country can win this alone. Beyond the current context, your statement speaks to the reality of economic development and global competition. No country can grow alone, be it France or Kenya. We can find win-win situations where French expertise will accompany the country, your country, in a long-term partnership. I firmly believe that French companies are the best suited to accompany Kenya, as well as offer African countries towards unleashing their full potential. The unmatched track records of our industrial and technological flagships all over the continent speak for themselves. Choosing our companies means benefiting from a full array of expertise, from the early stages of any given project to its final implementation. They have honed their know-how through complex contracts all over the world. This accumulated experience makes the French offer second to none. My dear friends, every 10 years, the urban population of Africa doubles, meaning the need for city infrastructure also doubles. It is a challenge which, however, can be turned into an opportunity for the continent. To match that growing demand, the key will be implementing sustainable solutions for public transportation, water management, waste management, sanitation, housing, and energy. French companies have developed a world-renowned leadership in those sectors. You will be able to witness it with first hand this afternoon, Mr. President, when we visit the Paris Rive Gauche project. We'll in particular see Station F, an emblematic tech startup incubator. And I know, Mr. President, that in Kenya you bet on new tech for the future. To French companies, I say, dear companies, I say choose Africa, choose Kenya. Have faith in the Kenyan youth, as you mentioned yesterday, Mr. President, which is both highly educated and well-trained. And do it now, because the time is right. Some of our competitors are shying away because of the crisis. This is an opportunity for you. As President Macron said, the French government will support you. We are strengthening our Team France Export in order to secure your positions abroad. And with our 100 billion euros recovery package, we are allocating huge investments to allow you to be even more competitive and innovative. Keep your spirit of conquest. My dear friends, thank you for listening to me. And Mr. President, it's another pleasure to share this lunch with you and with all these French companies that are willing to do business with you and your country. Thank you so much.